Life meant to be hard. Hardship and challenge are the things that are giving purpose to our lives. If we do not have a challenge, if we do not have a higher meaning to gravitate towards, then we are lost. We human beings are creatures who aim in the future to get to a certain state to realize their potentials. And without that aspect, every single life is a waste. If you're staying the same for months, if you're staying the same for years, you're wasting your potential. And wasting your potential feels the worst. That's the worst thing that can happen to a human being. It is not that we are dying at 80 years old or 40 or who knows when time comes. That's not the tragedy. But the tragedy is when we are not utilizing all of the capabilities that we do have inside of ourselves. And so this is where it comes in, today's perspective and this hyper-informized society. And what do I mean by that is, we know all the information out there. We know every single thing. We are just so over-flooded with information and opinions that we just simply lack our own opinions. And so that doesn't allow us to focus. Every single thing and every single one is always and always and always striving to get our attention. Everyone, your mother and father perhaps telling to you that, bro, it is time for you to get the freaking job. Leave that business alone. You are supposed to be settling and getting a good life. Yet you know that that thing wouldn't fulfill you because you've made differently. You're an entrepreneur. You just want to build big shit. And you know that you will not be able to do that. Every single one around you might be telling to you something different. Social media, everything. And so you might just have to realize that those paths are not for you because you just simply do not see the challenge within them. And so I'm warning you, and I'm warning myself first and foremost, to not and ever go to places which doesn't provoke enough challenge. Because it means that I will not grow enough, which means that I'll be wasting my time, which means that I will grow frustrated, which means that I will not be able to go to the next step. And this is just like a snowball effect, and it is just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And it all begins by literally listening to others. And listening to others literally begins when we have a weak mind. And so this is why I'm a huge advocate of first strengthening our minds with meditation, with practicing, and with actually taking control of our lives. Without this, we are lost. Without the inner perspective, without our own vision, we're always lost, and we'll be always feeling this lost feeling. Because you're just not driving yourself. You do not have enough capacity to have one mind frame or one vision that you are just building and keep on building up until the point that it becomes a reality. So you are not creating in this regard, meaning that you will always be looking for pleasures, and you'll be just numbing yourself with all these senseless pleasures, like this nonsense pleasures. And society is telling you otherwise, perhaps. Society is telling you that you're supposed to be getting a good job, get married, all the good stuff. But that might be for you, because you have a calling for different shit. Life meant to be hard. Life doesn't meant to be easy. Because if it is not challenging for you every single damn day, then it means that you're not growing. If you're not growing, your soul is going away. Your senses go away. You're not using them. You're not aware. You're not growing. Every single time, every single day that happens like that, you just wasted another day. And again, our greatest burden is not to, die when we're young or in an early age, but not to use up those capabilities, because that's our mission. That's our fucking mission, brother. This is what we have to understand. This is our mission, to use up all the capabilities that we do have. And so without further ado, we have to come back to the very first proposition here, which is life meant to be hard. Enjoy the process. And perhaps you're not enjoying, but you know that you're doing the good thing. We have to elevate our standards. We have to get shit done that is needed and required to be done. It is not what we want to do sometimes, perhaps most of the times, but what we have to. And so when we understand this perspective, and when we are not afraid of the challenges anymore, because we are embracing them and understanding that life is not about chilling, but about actively engaging into challenges and overcoming them, because that is the only thing that can give life meaning and life purpose. Otherwise we are just lost. Otherwise we are just looking for the next party, for the next thing. We're not building the vision that we do have inside of ourselves. We're getting lost. And that's the worst place that a human being can get to. So with that being said, love. Keep on chasing the challenges instead of the pleasures.